Hello, my name is Saoirse.
And my name is Aoibheann.
And this is a short video to show you all the work and procedures that have been done here in Scoil Mhuire to prepare for the school's reopening. In each classroom, desks have been separated as per Department of Education and HSE guidelines.
There are markings on the floor to indicate where desks should be to maintain social distancing.
On arrival to each class, students must sanitize their hands before taking their seats.
At the end of each class, after students leave and before the next group of students arrive, teachers will wipe down each desk and chair used.
Teacher stations have been clearly marked out with tape.
This is to maintain safe social distancing at all times. In our home ec kitchens, custom-made sink covers have been installed to allow space for extra seating.
In this science room, you can see that there have been X's marked on each table.
This is to ensure students can maintain a physical distance while in class.
One of the new changes to school is that each year group will now have their own entrance and exit door to access the main building.
This is to help relieve congestion and overcrowding in certain confined spaces.
A map of the school will be emailed to all students to show each of these entrances.
At each entrance point, there has been sinks and sanitizing stations installed to allow students to wash their hands.
Students must wash or sanitize their hands prior to entering the school building each morning and again before they leave after the school day.
Scoil Mhuire will now be operating under a one-way system. This is again to alleviate overcrowding and congestion in certain confined spaces.
For example, all students must walk in this corridor in this direction.
And this corridor, directly above, students will walk this way only.
There are markings and arrows on the corridors to clearly show this.
In an effort to avoid long queues and congestion, our school canteen will now operate under a prepay, pre-order system for students.
Food will be available to be collected at designated areas and at different assigned times.
Further information in relation to our new canteen system can be found on our website. Sanitizer stations are located throughout the school for both students and staff to use.
Students must continually wash and sanitize their hands throughout the day. Students and staff are required to wear a face covering in order to minimize the risk of spreading infection.
Scoil Mhuire recommends that each student has 3 reusable masks for each school day. Our fantastic team of cleaners have been very busy over the past number of weeks, getting our school ready for reopening and giving each classroom a deep clean.
Toilets will be regularly checked and cleaned throughout the day. Every evening when school finishes, all areas of the building will be cleaned. Student lockers have been removed to maximise space for physical distancing. Teachers will advise students on what to bring to class in light of this.
For the first day back to school, all students will need to bring is a copy, a pen and their lunch. As per government guidelines, each school must have a designated isolation room
should a student or staff member present COVID symptoms. Throughout the school, COVID-19 signage and posters have been put up.
These are to remind students and staff how to keep safe in school. For the safety of everyone in our school, we kindly ask that visitors wear a face mask before entering the school and sanitize your hands. Non-essential visits by parents or guardians to the school are discouraged.
In the event of an essential visit is required, parents or guardians must contact the school office first to arrange a suitable time. Staff will be supervising the corridors and school communal areas throughout the day to ensure that social distancing and school guidelines are being adhered to.
School gates will also be supervised in the morning when students arrive and in the evening when students leave.
Full school uniforms must be worn at all times.
On days where students are timetabled for PE, they must wear their PE uniform in school for the entirety of the day,
because there will be no changing facilities for the PE classes.
Movable partition walls have been installed in large areas to maximise space.
Walls like this one will also feature in our study hall.
Dividers will be installed in student bathrooms between sinks to ensure social distancing can be maintained.
There are also markings on the floor to remind students of the same.
As you can see, the staff room has been reconfigured to ensure that teachers can maintain social distancing at break and lunchtime.
There are also 4 additional rooms being made available for staff to use as communal areas. The school will now operate staggered finishing times for each individual year groups.
This is to alleviate large crowds gathering at the school gates. Parents and guardians are asked to refer to the information booklet for these times.
We ask that students who walk to school go directly home when school finishes.
Those waiting for buses are asked to wait within the school grounds while maintaining safe social distancing.
All information in relation to our school's procedures can be found on our COVID response plan.
This can be found on our school website.
And finally, let's all work together to keep our school community safe.
So much work has been done here in preparation for a safe reopening of school work.
And everyone is really looking forward to welcoming both students and staff back.
We thank you for your understanding as we adapt to this new normal.
Remember, we're all in this together.